I'm like so awkward, like this arm just doesn't work properly, so I'm like waving and then this arm's just like hi friends, welcome to a reading vlog of some description. TBD honestly on what actually happens in this vlog. The intention is to do a little weekend reading, bookish days in my life kind of vibe, but yeah, I don't honestly know, because I don't know, my reading's been weird since I've moved, and I think it's because I've suddenly got like a social life for the first time in years, and then also like I'm trying to date and like all of this stuff. It's meaning that I'm not reading quite as much as I used to, and it's starting to get to me, honestly. Like last month, only reading like 5 or 6 books, however many it was, I was like, no, I'm not being that girl, I can't. Like I've made reading my entire personality, and the fact that I read 100 books plus per year is like my entire personality, so therefore I need to continue with that trajectory. So I'm trying to like get back into like my vibe, my like whatever. I'm actually going back to the UK at the end of November for a month, so I will definitely read more like when I'm home, because obviously I will be like back in like the lifestyle that I had in the UK, which is, you know, not going out all that much and like not really seeing people and just kind of being home all the time. But yeah, like I'm basically trying to just kickstart my reading again at the moment, because I'm getting annoyed at myself, and then I'm getting annoyed at myself because I'm not being consistent with YouTube, because I'm not really reading as much. So I'm sat and like just not really filming as much, or like my weekends are so full that I'm not carving out that time to create content. And so I want to change that, because I love YouTube, I love this little space, I love my audience on here, I really enjoy connecting with you guys in the comments and everything. So yeah, I'm trying to be a little bit more consistent and focused on that now. So that's where we are basically. That's my little introduction to this vlog. I just went and got a coffee, as you can see, because I also just went and got tattooed, which you can't see very well in this angle, but it is more 1975 related tattoos, because I love them with my whole entire heart. And then now for the rest of today, I want to get some reading done. I'm currently reading The Raven Boys on my Kindle. I didn't know what to make of it to begin with. I wasn't loving it for the first few chapters, and then the Welsh mythology theme came in, and all of a sudden I was like, okay, I'm now incredibly invested in this, because obviously, as I have said on multiple times and occasions on this channel, I am part Welsh. And so I really love it when I see Welsh history and like mythology and stuff represented in books, because I don't feel like it is very often. So yeah, I was really excited by that. So now I'm definitely way more invested. So I think I'm like, I don't know, like 50% of the way in. I really want to finish reading it this weekend, because I'm really enjoying it now as well. I just haven't sat down, and yeah, I'm 49% of the way in. I just haven't like sat down and had like a really intentional reading period for like the last 2 weeks. I was away last weekend, and I did take my Kindle with me to read The Raven Boys, but just didn't get the opportunity because I was away with friends. So obviously like I wasn't like kind of sat down reading, I was like with them the whole time. So yeah, I'm gonna sit and have like a really good reading session this afternoon. I'm debating going by the pool, which I shouldn't do considering I've just been tattooed, but I'm gonna cover that arm up I think, and just go and get some sun on my skin, because it's gonna be hot tomorrow but cloudy from the looks of it. So I figured I'm gonna get some sunshine time in this afternoon. And then this weekend I also really need to study, because university started again, which is another reason why I've been reading less, because I've also had to be studying more. Okay friends, I've just been by the pool for like an hour, but the sunbeds that were like in the sun had already been taken, which honestly I'm not surprised about, because when I filmed the opening clip to this vlog, I like fully intended to go straight by the pool, but I actually sat and procrastinated for like 3 hours, which is just classic me. So I did not go by the pool when I could have actually got a decent sunbed, so I just went and like shade bathed for an hour. But I did read a considerable amount more of The Raven Boys. I am a fan. I am on board with the hype. I fully get why this has become like a YA classique over the years. And yeah, I'm really enjoying it. Like I said in my first clip, like it did take me like a minute to get into, but now that we're here and I'm invested, I'm thoroughly enjoying it. So I'm definitely going to finish this tonight, and I need to do some studying as well, and then we're going to go through like my reading plans for the rest of the weekend and like into the week, because I don't know like how long I'm going to keep this vlog going for. I might vlog for a couple days either side of the weekend depending on how much footage I get. I may end it on tomorrow evening if I have a lot, like who knows. But we will go over some reading plans for the rest of the month, because October is over tomorrow, by the way. Like, how has that happened? It actually gives me like the fear deep in my gut when I think about the fact that October is basically over. I don't like that thought. Anyway, enough rambling from me. I'm gonna get back to the Raven Boys. I right now can't decide who I like the most. I think probably Gansey, but I feel like you're supposed to like Gansey the most, so I don't know. I feel like I have this thing where like I don't like to play up to what authors want me to like. Like, I want to be outside the box. I want to like the underdog. I want to root for the person that you're not supposed to. So that's how I feel about this book. I feel like I want to be rooting for like Ronan but I'm not. Like, I really like Gansey. So anyway, I said I was going to stop rambling. I continued rambling. I am now actually going to stop rambling. I'm going to read and then order some food, watch some YouTube, do some studying, or watch some Netflix, read some more. That is the lay of the land, the order of business for the rest of this evening, and I'm so excited. Okay guys, so I have just finished reading The Raven Boys. I really enjoyed that. I gave it 4 stars. It wasn't quite like a 5-star read for me, and I feel like these days I'm being a lot pickier about my 5 stars and when I give them out and kind of what constitutes a 5-star read over like a 4-star, for example, or even a 4.5. That was definitely 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. Can't wait to read the next one in the series, although I'm not going to anytime soon, just because I still have my incredibly ambitious TBR pile for this month that I want to try and read through a bit more. And then also I have very specific reading plans for November and December and January, really. I feel like December and January there is like room for me to read other things, but November specifically is going to be quite a challenge for me to read everything that I have in my mind to read, and I need to be able to read everything that I want to read in December, to be able to read everything that I want to read in January before my most anticipated book of like all time is released. So I probably won't end up reading it anytime soon, but I'm definitely excited to in the future. So there's that. Anyway, I'm now going to get some studying done, just try and feel a little bit more ahead of things than I currently do, and then I will select my next read and I will show you guys which books it is between, because I feel like there's maybe 3 or 4 books that I'm kind of trying to choose between right now. Guys, I have finished studying for the day, so I thought I would run through my TBR for the rest of the upcoming week, and I guess realistically the end of October, because I don't think I'll be able to read much more of my pile down there this month, but I will try, because there are some books here that I do feel like could be very quick reads as long as I'm able to read. So the first one is Wildfire by Hannah Grace. This is the follow-up to Icebreaker, which, if you haven't seen my previous videos, is one of my favorite romances of all time. I'm very excited for this, and this was one that I feel could be a 24-hour read, providing I can make time to sit and read, because Icebreaker was a 24-hour read for me as well. But this is Russ and Aurora, and this takes place in a camp setting, and apparently this one's even spicier than the first one, so I'm just like, okay, interesting. Then we have Episode 13 by Craig DeLuey, which may win out of which book I want to read next, because I'm kind of in the mood for something that's going to be spine chilling, and I feel like this one is. And this is like a paranormal investigations team filming a show like Most Haunted, and they go to the paranormal research facility, and when they're there I think they start to realize that everything they thought they knew about spirits and afterlife is wrong, and I'm guessing they get haunted quite a lot. So I'm excited to read this. This one's a bit of a chunk, but again, I think this is going to be a quick read. Then we also have One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig, which I've picked up mostly because I'm getting severe FOMO and I don't want it to be like another Fourth Wing situation where I put off reading it for ages and then wish I'd read it sooner. So yeah, and I believe the second one's actually just come out too, so it's a really good time to read this. I'm really intrigued and I'm very much in like a fantasy and fantasy romance mood at the moment. And then the last one, which I'm really intrigued by, is Ripe by Sarah Rose Etter. I know very little about this, although I think it's supposed to be like a very darkly relatable look at modern life and culture, especially in the workplace. It says astoundingly bold, terrifically haunting, and deeply human. Etta refuses to pull any punches here, asking us to look directly at the nightmares we sometimes agree to live with in exchange for comfort and security. So yeah, I'm really intrigued by this, and I remember reading the first page of this book and it being very relatable and being like, oh no, this is gonna make me feel some things. So yeah, I'm really excited by it. Also, this cover is just absolutely next level. I'm obsessed. It's really like interesting how when you're reading works of like classic literature and things like Shakespeare, or in this case the Duchess of Malfi, even though the language used is so antiquated and half the time just like doesn't make sense at first read to a contemporary reader, you still know exactly what's going on. You can still follow the story with just as much like ease as you can reading Twilight, for example. I don't know, like I read these and the first time I read them through, I don't try to like understand the language being used and I don't try to like go in depth with it. I just want to read it through and get the general gist of the plot. And I think it's just crazy that it's so easy to do that, even though the sentences to a modern reader are just so stilted and weird because of the language choices. Like, isn't it amazing? Like, isn't literature just so freaking cool? Like, we are so blessed to live in a world with books and stories and literature and access to literature. Let me preface it by saying that because there are so many people who don't have as much access to books and to learning, and we are so unbelievably privileged to have this. And I'm very grateful every single day. Okay guys, I just finished The Duchess of Malfi. Not my favourite. Not my favourite. Some really good bits and some really funny bits actually, which I wasn't expecting. But ultimately not my favourite. I definitely preferred Othello, which is the last tragedy that I read like a week ago. So yeah, I am gonna go to bed now because it is like 10:30 and I am a little tired. So I'm gonna go crawl into bed and read some more of episode 13, which I'm not going to finish today and may not even reach the halfway point on as planned because Duchess of Malfi took me longer to read than I expected, and also I had my little Target trip that I also hadn't really factored into my plans this morning. But yeah, I am gonna go to bed and I will see you guys in the morning. Hey friends, happy Monday. It's actually Monday afternoon, it's nearly 5 p.m, but because I live in glorious Miami, it's still nice bright sunlight and lovely weather, despite the fact that it's October. Anyway, I am in a really terrible mood today, I'm not gonna lie to you. I've had a really productive work day, but I'm just feeling really irritated and fed up about a few things that are going on in my personal life that are just out of my control. So I decided to stop work for a little bit, considering I've been super productive, and I'm just reading until I go to the gym. I just had a little snacky snack, so I think I'll go to the gym in like 45 minutes and try and just like alter my mindset. I also woke up to no internet again, so my Wi-Fi people are coming out tomorrow morning to try and fix that, but it's really irritating because I just want to watch some YouTube or some Netflix or something and I can't without hotspotting and using all my data. So yay for me. But anyway, I read a bit while I was at the office today, and I'm also obviously reading now. I'm on page 263 of episode 13. I read quite a bit last night as well after I signed off the vlog for the night, and I'm really enjoying it. It got quite creepy to the point where I was like actually a little bit like nervous going to sleep, which is really good. I love it when things get me like that. Like, I wouldn't say it's out and out horrifying, like I'm not kind of as scared as I was when I read The Shining, for example. But yeah, it definitely got in my mind last night. It's definitely good. I'm enjoying it. So yeah, I don't want to give too much of an in-depth update at this point because obviously that would include spoilers and I don't want to spoil anything. But yeah, things have got very active, let's say, and we will leave it there. So I'm going to go and read some more of this, and then I'm going to go to the gym, and then maybe could finish this tonight because it is very, very fast paced. So TBD on that. I also have a lot of studying that I need to do tonight, but I'm sure without the internet, I can probably tick both of those boxes. Yeah. Okay, so I have come to bed because, I mean, why not? My TV's not working, so I may as well sit here and read, and then I can get all cozy and warm, which is what I've done. This has now gone away that I don't like in horror books, and I'm really disappointed because I feel like if it carried on with the way that it was going towards the middle, I would have loved it, and now it's going away that I don't like, and I'm sad. Like, it's still good, like I will probably still give it like a 3.5 or something, but unless something insanely terrifying happens between now and the end of the book, it's not going to get any higher than a 3.5 because it's going the way that I don't like, and I'm really annoyed about it because I really wanted like a spooky kind of like haunted house vibe, and instead we have this, and I can't tell you because obviously that would be a spoiler. Okay, I finished. That was definitely a 3 stars. I'm sad. I wanted that to really scare me and it did not, but oh well. 3 stars to episode 13 by Craig DeLuey, and now I must and will study for the rest of the evening, and then I don't know what to read next, right? Because I really want to read Ripe because I'm like, I've just seen Jan reading it and it's making me want to read it even more, but also A Curse for True Love comes out tomorrow and I don't have it. But actually no, I don't have it. Even if I ordered it tomorrow, I still wouldn't have it in time. Ignore that train of thought. I think I'm gonna read Ripe next. I'm really excited to read it. Do I carry this vlog on to read one more book? Yeah, why not? Okay, we're gonna do that, but I'm gonna study now, and then what I might do actually is just talk to you guys tomorrow once I've started reading Ripe and let you know my thoughts and feelings at the start of the book, because I really do need to study now. Hey friends, so it is actually the following Saturday now, and I meant to vlog this week, but then my week just descended into work-related chaos, so it just was not the week to vlog. But I did finish Right Around the Pool today, so I just wanted to talk to you guys about this book before I end the vlog. So this was a solid 4-star read for me. It's literary fiction with a very like dystopian kind of twist to it, but it's also highly relatable as well. It talks all about kind of like late stage capitalism and the effects that it has on the workforce, and we follow our main character Cassie as she's navigating life in the Bay Area, working for a startup, suffering from mental illness and just kind of trying to make it alone. Really, really good. I highly recommend. Very macabre, very relatable. I really enjoyed it, so that's definitely a 4-star read. And with that, I'm going to end the vlog. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please, if you did, give me a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments what you're reading. I promise I'm going to get better with the consistency with these soon, so please stick with me. I will see you in another one very soon. Bye guys.